Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a minute. I mean, it's been a couple of days, but yeah. So if you noticed, the color of the door has changed. If you've seen my dormitory tour video, then you know it it should be, or it used to be yellow. Well, basically what happens is after 6 months we have to change our dormitory rooms, because usually Sogang does like this maintenance thing where every student leaves, and then they come back after like a couple of days. During that time they must have finished their maintenance thing, and then they reallocate our rooms. So like every 6 months our rooms change, so those are roommates. So yes, I am on the 8th floor now. I used to be on the 3rd floor, but leveled up. Okay, so forgive my messy background. So today's video is about like my experience in Korea so far, because I have lived in Korea for the past 6 months and I have experienced certain things I will talk about in the course of this video. So this video is gonna be a little bit shaky because first of all, I'm heading out. I'm about to head out to meet with my friend, and it's low-key drizzling outside, which means I have to hold an umbrella, I have to hold my bag, I have to, yes, but I will try to make the video in a very clear, stable, and good way. So it's not a get ready with me video, but I feel like this is the only possible way I can get going and still make this video at the same time. So to begin with, I've been in Korea for the past 6 months, and I am going to explain my experience like accordingly from the first to the 6th month. So the first month in Korea for me was basically introduction introduction to South Korea. So I came in with like based on internet knowledge or media knowledge of Korea, but it was a little bit different from what I have seen or what I had seen on the media platforms and what I had heard. So yeah, the first month in Korea was more about introduction because Korean culture is quite different from what I had experienced back at home. So I needed to learn this Korean culture thing, especially with certain situations like when you help someone open the door, they don't say thank you to you. I'm like, okay. Or when you're walking and then someone tries to bump into you because they are not looking, they are not watching, they just keep moving and they're on their phone. And if you do not move, they might bump into you. That was like, why is everyone so bent on looking at the screen other than where they're going to? And yeah, so I had to like learn those things. I had to like adjust to those things. I had to learn not to expect sorry casually. I had to learn not to expect thank you casually. I had to learn not to expect certain things casually the first month in Korea. And well, for the second month in Korea, I would say the second month in Korea primarily for me was about trying to make friends, trying to connect with people, because Korea is the kind of society where if you are not grouped, it's like a hierarchy system. So people move in um group age groups, like people in their 20s are together, people in their 12s, 10s, and like that, and then trying to like make friends. Most of my friends turned out not to be Koreans because Koreans are not that easy to become friends with. One, because they're conservative. Two, because um they have this hierarchy thing of senior, like chonded mal, which is like respectful, and then pan mal, which is like casual way of speaking, but it also affects or it also influences friendships and people, how people move. So if you see a Korean who is friends with like foreigners, it's probably because they're exposed, they must have studied or lived abroad, or they are very they're not conservative, they are willing to learn other culture and experience other things. So my second month in Korea was trying to like get friends or trying to be friends with people who I can rely on, because I am in a foreign country. I cannot be an island of myself. So that was like the second month in Korea, right? So although it was a little bit difficult, I would say God blessed me particularly with certain people that became my friends. And then the third month in Korea, I would say was me trying to understand like the educational system because it's a little bit different from what I have experienced at home, and it's very competitive. So I needed to learn how to invest more time in studying and things like that. And of course, it paid off well. My grades were good. I also shared that experience here. I made a video about it here. And then also that was the first time I experienced like graduation from the language school. What the graduation is usually like, how they do like the K-pop performance thing, they sing a lot of nice Korean songs and things like that. And then the fourth month in Korea was the fourth month in Korea, which was December. Yes, I was worried I would spend Christmas alone because Christmas back at home is usually very intense. It's like a big celebration compared to Korea. In Korea, it's more like a couple's thing, but at home it's like a family thing, and then the bonding, the food, and all the nice things. Oh, and so, but turned out my Christmas went well. I had fun thanks to Eve. She fed me well, and then the day after, Yuka invited me to her house, made me Japanese style food, so it was really great. And December, I had like some kind of personal issues, like personal problems, so it was a little bit challenging for me. I was really stressed out, but thank God it was like during like vacation period of time, so it didn't really affect my academic performance, let's say. And then in the fifth month was level two for me because I started from level one. It was level two for me in the language year, and honestly, the higher you go, the more intense it becomes. So level two was indeed intense because the tutors are not like calm or like trying to like put you like teaching you word for word where to dot where to do this. You have to put in extra effort in your studies, and yes, I scaled through. I made it by God's grace. And then the sixth month, which is like February, I would say yes, graduating like level two, and it was great. Like I really anticipated the end of the semester. I have never anticipated the end of the semester that much because it was level two was indeed intense, and I needed to like rest. Other things that I have learned over time living in Korea is the importance of like physical appearance because it's very essential in Korea compared to like back home to like always look presentable. I used to look presentable back at home, but now it's like I needed to put extra effort into my physical appearance as well. There are people who love to put on makeup and things, and then there are also people who just like to like maintain clean skin. So I would say for me, it was like maintaining the clean skin thing. So I started investing in like buying like skincare products and things like that. Even though I started with like basic skincare products, like basic things from Daiso and Nature Republic, I think they were really good. Yeah, and then what else? I won't say food was an issue for me because I enjoyed every meal I tried. Although I had like challenge with like digestion because I thought ramen was a nice thing to eat until I started having indigestions, and it was really terrible. I became lactose intolerant, which I wasn't until I came to Korea. So that was like a big shock to me. Like, oh, I became lactose intolerant overnight. So yes, because somehow I would take milk back at home, but now taking milk here became an issue to my tummy. I am going to meet my friend, and this is like Hongik area. Hongdae. I have never been here, so it's a little bit, bro, like it's so crowded. How do people hang out in crowded places? I am crowdophobic, if that's even a word. She hasn't seen me yet. Sorry, sorry. Hello. Hi. So I couldn't make the rest of the video while I was out, but more things I would want to talk about would probably be like being out in public space. Well, in Korea, so far I have not experienced like racism thing or like discrimination kind of thing. But as I mentioned like way earlier about like people moving in like, should I say, segregation, like being segregated based on age group, like how they tend to move. I would say that also affects like how people act in public spaces. For example, initially when I came to Korea and I'm on the bus, sometimes probably I'm seated and then a Korean comes in, gets on the bus. They don't sit next to me. They would rather sit maybe in front, or they would go behind or like elsewhere, even though there's like a vacant seat next to me. So initially it felt a little bit awkward to me, but then I realized it was not just me. We're like foreigners in general. I would see from time to time, like, except some Koreans would sit like next to me, not minding, but like most at times they would prefer to like either like stay somewhere else. And not just that, even in like um public spaces, like by the traffic lights, while you're waiting for the traffic lights, it's hard to like see people stand so clustered, except if there are people that are probably friends or they are moving together. Otherwise, for example, I am standing here or someone is standing here. If they are not like people who know each other, then the other person should be standing there. And then when I come, I can stand like close to this person. I have to stand like that way. Like, it's crazy, but like people just respect each other's private space. Like nobody wants to get into your business like that. Another thing I needed to learn when I came to Korea, or like over the course of time, is like money value. Fourth month of staying in Korea, I had to ask like Eve, my friend, I was like, Eve, how does money work in Korea? And she was like, what do you mean, how does money work in Korea? Because for me, it was something I needed to learn, because the value of money in Korea is a little bit different from what we have or what I have back at home. So I needed to really understand how money works in Korea, because Korea is a place where I stay in Seoul, which is the capital of Korea, and you see a lot of stores, you see a lot of shops, you see a lot of street foods, you see a lot of um games, activities. There are like tons of things to do. There are always things to do. And the crazy part again is like the um another crazy thing is like the affordability of these things. So you tend to like spend consciously and unconsciously. You see really cute things, really nice things you want to buy, you want to, and so I needed to like really understand the value of money in Korea for me personally, and know when to spend, when not to spend, what to spend on, what not to spend on, and things like that. So yes, over the past 6 months, I had to learn the value of money. I had to learn how to um, um, communicate with people, make friends, basically learn how the educational system works. Because in Korea, the grading system, aside like A, B, C, D, and E, and I think F, they have well, in Nigeria we don't have this, but I don't know about your country. In Nigeria we don't have this, but in Korea they have like A, A plus, and A minus for like degree in your degree grading system. For us back at home, it's just like A, B, C, and D. Well, for my university that I attended for my undergraduate. So yes, I also had to learn the value of like um prioritizing studies. I needed to learn how to balance like studies, when to study, when to have fun, when to have fun, when to study, and when to risk it, something like that. So yes, I think this is about it. This is basically about it. My experience in Korea for the past 6 months. If I do remember any other thing, I will probably include that in another video which I will make. But for now, this has been like my experience so far living in Korea. And if you guys have any questions or anything you're curious about, like how was this, how was that, please ask your questions and I will respond to them. So another significant experience I had was like with my roommate. So my roommate in the first 6 months in Korea was a Korean. And although I stay in the international dormitory, there are some Koreans in the international dormitory as well. Basically, maybe Koreans who must have lived abroad or like have like dual citizenship kind of thing. So during this 6 months in this room, my roommate and I spoke face to face. We spoke only 3 times, I guess. I think so. The first time was like when I first moved in and she walked in and I was like, oh, hello. And then I was like, hi, my name is Franca. And she was like, oh, my name is Town. And I'm like, oh, nice to meet you. And I said, I'm from Nigeria. And I think that was like it was a very short conversation. And then the second conversation we had was like signing roommate agreement. So there's this thing where you have to sign an agreement, roommate agreement. So that was the second conversation we had because we had to like agree on certain things like when to turn off the lights, when to whether to eat indoors or not to eat indoors and things like that. And then I think the third time we spoke was probably I don't think there was a third time. I don't think there was a third time. So we spoke on these occasions, but the rest of it, it was either by Kakao, like probably she sent me a message like, oh, you shouldn't have brought your friends inside the room kind of thing. And then, or I sent her a message like, oh, is this for you? I think I need to clean. Can you please move this? So yes, for 6 months that I was staying in this room, I literally did not speak with my roommate. So if you're coming to Korea as a foreigner, do not expect so much. Just come hoping, yes, hoping and not expecting. Just come hoping that you would find good people, you would meet good friends, and you'll be able to like live and enjoy your stay in Korea. Koreans are very hospitable people, I would say, because from my experience, I've had like my Korean friend invited me to her home and made me dinner, which I enjoyed. Like because of my Korean friend, I was able to appear in a Netflix show for a few tiny seconds, my tiny seconds of fame. So yes, Koreans are very hospitable and nice people. You will always find people who you can relate with. So yes, I hope if you come to Korea, you have a great time and you make good memories. And also another thing I want to say is a very big thank you for 800 plus subscribers. When I was making this video, at the time when I started making this video, we were at 800 subscribers, but now we're at 800 plus. Thank you so much. I really appreciate each and everyone that shares my content, interacts with this channel. I am really grateful. And also I remember starting this channel with the intention to help others, because when I had a channel but it was not active, and what really brought my channel to light was the fact that I had an experience like with the whole Sogang University, pay your dormitory prior to your arrival, flight ticket and those things. So at the point I thought I was not going to come to Korea, and that was in July, and hence I said like putting out content about like things to know about GKS. They don't pay your accommodation, they don't pay your flight and stuff like that. So that was my experience at the time, and I wanted to share with people so they do not lack such information, or they do not find themselves in such dilemma as I did. And yes, the intention was to share valuable information, and we've come so far, as much as not just sharing valuable information but also sharing like really aesthetically, as someone said, pleasing content. And I'm really glad for everyone who always um watch, share, comment, like, and whatever form of interaction you do to this channel. Thank you so much. I am really grateful. As I did with 500 subscribers, I will do something with 1000 subscribers when we get there. But for now, yes. Goodbye and thank you for watching. Bye.